seems to me there's something extraordinary going on in Barrie, Ontario. No one seems to know exactly what I'm.
We're here with another one. So we have Team Bayfield support the scene this time. Our special guest, we have High Road Pilots. Welcome.
Thanks for having us, man.
Hello.
Hey, thanks for taking the time. I love bands and I love artists who I can't really describe, and I think High Road Pilots definitely fits that bill because every time I listen to, like, you know, depending on the song or the EP, I get hints of Arthur Brown, I get The Doors, I get King Gizzard, I get Joy Division sometimes. I even get like a hint of Smash Mouth. So I want to know, like, what exactly were your influences in?
Well, we love Smash
Mouth. You have to.
We're kind of all over the board in that way. Like, we mix it up a lot, and each of us listen to such different music that it really just depends on the day and the mood and what we feel like playing or what we've been working on for that time period.
Yeah. What do we say to describe ourselves? Like psychedelic dad rock.
I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but we'll take it.
I mean, who doesn't like dads? You either are one or you have
Dad
one.
rock's the best kind of music out there, right?
I mean, I think it's a shame we don't have like mom rock. You don't really hear mom rock as much.
It could come up though. I could see that being a thing too. You know,
There should be mom rock.
you got like Cyndi Lauper, right? She could be mom
Fair
rock.
enough. Where did the name High Road Pilots come from?
Well, it was actually a song we wrote called High Road Pilots, and we were just looking for a name. And our old bass player, Sean, who's my brother, he just suggested we take that song name and use it for the band. So we did. Not a whole bunch of deep meaning to it, I'm sorry, but yeah, that's it.
No.
I think like it's a perfectly fitting name. So I was wondering if there's like you start with a name and then you work your way from there. But I like the fact that you wrote a song first and went, you know what, this song is so good or the title is so good, it should be the friggin' band name.
Right, yeah, and I also like the name. Like, it took a while for me to actually like it, but the road part mixed with the pilot part and flying and that makes you think a little, right? I guess.
Kind of like listening to your music. I think like it makes you want to sit back and kind of like reflect because everything's kind of a journey.
Yeah, for sure.
So close to, what was the second choice that we almost went with? C chords.
C chords, yeah. We had another project for a while called the C chords.
SEA
Yeah, like not like an actual C, but C
chords.
That makes me think of The Simpsons. That's like the B sharps.
Yeah.
Covered in sunshine, she fell from the sky. A colorful diamond with wings and hair.
Going all the way back, because your first official release as High Road Pilots was in 2012, and said that you chose to record that in a basement specifically, like you threw out everything already and decided to record in a basement.
Here.
Oh, is that the basement?
Yeah. No, that was another basement, but we do our stuff now mostly on our own. We track it on our own. And then our friend, Andrew Shropshire, shout out to Drew, he mixes it for us. And yeah, like we've tried a couple studios, and I don't know, nowadays, like with a couple grand, you can buy your own studio and do it at home. You can take your time. And we've just kind of been accumulating gear that way and doing it ourselves. But yeah, just to be able to be more creative and not feel like you're on the clock and worrying about money and things like that. Right?
Yeah. And every release, we seem to get more and more gear too.
Yeah,
so it's just getting better and better. I think.
Yeah.
I could be wrong.
Well, there's been like this huge call, especially for bands and artists, to invest in themselves. Because when you rent a studio, you're really just renting space. It's like renting an apartment. You don't really own anything by the end of it. So if you can invest in yourself and make a killer basement and kind of create your own sound, on a time frame that works for you, I think that's where you're going to get very genuinely good work, or at least work you can be proud of.
Absolutely, yeah. Like, again, we always felt like we were on the clock, kind of, and like when we do it on our own, we can do as many takes as we want. We can take as long as we want. We can stay up till the sunrise if we want recording. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah. We definitely still push ourselves though.
That can be a factor.
We have all the time in the world, but we still feel like we gotta get it done.
Yeah, it's almost like grass is greener on the other side, because it would be nice to have that, we're on the clock, we gotta get this done kind of thing.
Well, there's such thing as too much time, isn't there?
Yeah, that's true as well, right?
how do you decide what will make a High Road Pilot song?
That's a good question.
That's a good question.
Because I hear shit about dragons and stuff like that, and that's what
All the time, I think it's just being honest. Like, you kind of got to bring the veil down and show people what you're feeling and thinking in order to like, connect with them. I know that sounds corny, but
He'll also write. He'll write like 20 songs in like a month, and we'll be like, that one was good.
yeah, we don't.
And we can
use
feel
everything,
it. Like
man.
we don't
Definitely
use it.
use
There's a
everything.
lot of stuff that goes by the wayside.
Yeah.
But
And it could be
decide
anything, right? Like we got some stupid songs about like random, like being quarantined, or anything. Like I can't think of any right now. But got a song about Mike called Milk Crate Mike.
Yeah, that one's really.
He's actually
stupid.
sitting on some milk crates right now. I don't know if you can see it.
I am. I'm gonna hold them up at the camera. I love milk crate.
There's the Milk Crate. That was gonna be one of my questions because you released a video for Milk Crate Mike, and I want to know who is Milk Crate Mike.
There's Milk Crate
That's
Mike
me.
in the building.
Is that like your alter ego?
It is an alter ego, definitely.
Or is it just you? I don't know.
It's slowly taking over. Now he's just Milk Crate, right?
Some call me milk. Some call me crate.
You never know who you're gonna get when you show up to a High Road Pilot show. Who you're gonna see that night? Mike.
Exactly.
Great. Who knows?
But shooting that video was an absolute blast.
Yeah, Mike actually produced that video, ironically enough. It was
Killer.
Milk Crate Mike, produced by Milk Crate Mike, about Milk Crate Mike.
Dream is the word that you can understand, and dream of the power that's inside your hands, and dream of the static, it never gets old.
There's like a very vintage cinema feel about your sound. Every time I listen to it, I like to just like imagine I'm in my own montage. And if you were to create a soundtrack, what kind of movie would it be for?
Wes Anderson.
That'd be good, yeah. It's kind of like
Show me your tattoo.
oh yeah, I've got Steve Zissou
Oh,
tattoo.
killer.
Big Wes Anderson fan. Even like some of our stuff would be good for like old Western movies, like spaghetti Western. Quentin Tarantino, big fans of his.
Skateboard movies.
Yeah, the
Snowboard
skateboard
movies.
montage stuff would be cool. Yeah.
Most recently, you did Live from the Cockpit, where you were performing like individual songs, even though you were separate and online. How was it performing separately and over a digital platform?
Well, we actually did that in the same room, but
Oh, so
it was
just
all-
cut that way. Okay.
Yeah, it's just cut that way, and it was all like we were basically just bored and really wanted to play a show, so we used our each of us had our own smartphone, so we put it in front of ourselves.
Yeah.
And again, we used our recording setup to kind of get the audio for it.
Mhm.
Yeah. And it was nice because we were able to bring our friend Jesse in to mix an episode. Shane Heath, shout out to Shane and Jesse. He mixed an episode. Drew mixed an episode. So it was a good like collaborative effort. And again, we had no idea what we were doing. It took a lot of trial and error.
Yeah.
Hitting record on your phone and then on the computer and then be like, now play well.
Like if you watch the first one and you watch the last one, you can see the development that took place.
It's the same thing with this. Don't worry. As long as they get better
Yeah,
over
yeah.
time.
And like Scott and Mike live together, right? Like our drummer Scott.
Okay.
And Jack and I are brothers, our guitarist Jack. And like I live alone, so these guys kind of were my bubble during all the lockdown stuff. I mean, there was a period of time where we weren't jamming together,
Mm-hmm.
but we've been trying to find the window and keep active, right?
The dark times. Yeah.
I think like during all of this, because whenever I listen to your music, it is bright and it is fun, but I feel like that's so much harder to find that kind of music or find that kind of attitude with all the dark and shitty that's been going on recently. So how did you create Yonder against the backdrop of like a pandemic and venues being shut down?
It's a good question.
Yeah, you must have been in a good mood. I don't know.
Well, no, with Yonder, it was kind of a shitty situation in that we had the album fully recorded and we were about to send it out to be mixed and mastered, and the world shut down.
It was done before all this craziness started.
Yeah, so that really delayed kind of when we could release it. The mixing took a lot longer, so we had to like send it to Drew over the internet and not actually be in the room with him when he mixed it. So it was a lot of sending things back and forth and just trying to make it work. And it was unfortunate, but like I'm just happy we got it out because it was a long time coming, right?
Yeah. So is that something you hope to be touring now that things look like they're opening up?
Absolutely,
Yeah.
yeah. We're hoping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then new stuff on top of that.
Yeah, we have a new EP recorded now that's
Mhm.
like going to be mixed and mastered soon. 5 songs.
That's
called
awesome.
The Rain EP.
The Rainy Bee.
And yeah, we'll do some touring. We'll probably just play mostly around Ontario for that.
What is the live experience for people who get to see High Road Pilots?
Depends how good we play.
I
A lot of dancing.
Yeah, people like to dance. We're not like crazy. Nobody's slam dancing or anything.
No.
don't see how they could slam dance.
No. You get that one guy though that's like 12 beers deep. But no, it's just usually a lot of good people come to our shows. Like we have a lot of friends that are very supportive.
Mm-hmm.
And even just like we've been pretty lucky in that sense that we get a lot of people that just so happen to be there and then they become friends or enjoy the music, so they come to another show. When we started the band, there was like a void to fill. Like they almost made it easy for us in a way. Like there's not a whole lot of like psychedelic or indie rock in Barrie. Now there's a lot of good bands coming up, like pre-COVID.
Yeah, shout out to
Yeah.
Mount Miro.
Mount Miro is a great
Crast.
band. Crast.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Club Silencio is a great band.
Speaking of other bands, like that kind of have like the same, I don't want to say the same sound because I feel like that's rude, but you know, that might be like on the same wavelength as you. Do you have like your drop dead, if I got to play on a bill with this band, I could drop dead happy afterwards?
Like of local artists?
Anybody.
Of
Anybody.
anybody. Oh my god. Well, Dr. They're
Yeah, Dr.
This is their
Dog,
last tour.
big influence.
They
on
just
us.
quit. Yeah. Oh my god, they're my favorite band.
I feel like that answer would be different for each of us too.
And depending on my mood. I mean,
Yeah.
I love Cher. Is she coming around?
Yeah,
Good.
Jan Arden is pretty great.
Cindy Lauper. We've already mentioned her.
Babe
Mama.
Rainbow, they're another great Australian band.
Babe Rainbow.
I think we all like
We
them.
all love Babe Rainbow.
Yeah. Check out Babe Rainbow.
I will. Check it
Oh,
out.
no, they're great.
Modest Mouse.
Modest Mouse. We grew up
Yeah,
listening to
yeah,
Modest
yeah.
Mouse.
That's my new
a
answer.
lot.
I change it. Modest Mouse.
Yeah.
We can all agree on that too.
And again, like you said, there's King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard.
Yeah, yeah, they'd be sweet.
The OCs.
I feel like we get along too. Oh, and OCs, yeah.
Yeah.
I am the bad guy. You've probably heard them say, there goes the bad guy.
Is there anything in particular that you would like to see change as things start to open up and venues are open again, you get to start having live shows? Is there anything about the music industry as you know it that you would like to see changed or addressed?
No, I don't really have anything that comes to mind. There is a lot of gatekeeping within like certain scenes. And you notice that when you're touring around to other towns, you kind of have to like prove yourself, or you can't even get a show because you're not friends with the right person or whatever. I don't know. It'd be nice if people kept an open mind and then they're like really itching for live music. That would be nice. And go see new bands and give bands a chance. Because even like pre-COVID, there were a lot of people where you'd invite them to a show and they'd be like, oh, maybe, and then they wouldn't go, and then I'll get it next time or whatever. I hope that'll change because it's been so long, right?
More drink tickets.
More drink tickets are nice.
That's
Yeah.
yeah. Tacos. Feed us some tacos.
Yeah, free food's always great, right?
Shout out to Old Clarkson.
We have the EP coming out. You can expect that in the summer, if not like the summer, later summer. 5 songs, probably the best recordings we've ever made. Like we're all really stoked on them and happy with it. So I'm excited
sure.
to share that with everybody.
You said it's called
And
The Rainy
hopefully-
Bee?
I just bought a new
The Rainy
bass.
Bee,
You
yeah.
can see it behind there.
Mike just
Oh.
got a new bass.
Oh, so
Congratulations.
good. I know. So you'll hear that debuting.
Yeah, we're gonna be playing lots of shows as soon as the doors are open. We'll be there. Hit us up. We'll come play. If you've got like a birthday, a bar mitzvah, a funeral, we can come play that
Mhm.
too.
Man, I would love to see High Road Pilots at a funeral. That's got to be
It might
something.
work. We've got certain songs
Yeah.
that work for that, right?
We got lots of songs.
Yeah.
Also, shout out to all the people that bought shirts. We got some shirts in the next day. It was like 30 of them.
Yeah, we just posted
Sold them
a
all. So
design that my girlfriend designed, Christina. Shout out Christina. And posted it on Instagram and they sold like less than 24 hours. So we appreciate that.
And apologies
Thank you,
to the
everybody.
people that messaged that weren't able to get one.
Yeah, if you didn't get one, just stay tuned. We're gonna try to do merch drops, like where we just make a small amount of stuff that only you will have, so you don't see other people wearing this shirt around. Like there only be like a select few people that have it with a new design, right? So
Nice.
Tank tops.
yeah, expect some tank tops
We
this
can do
summer.
something for the ladies.
For people who aren't familiar with your music yet and you want to introduce them to High Road Pilots, what is one song that you think would just grab them?
That's a good question.
Did just go right to Honeymoon Lagoon? That's like song.
Yeah, I would probably start with Yonder, to be honest.
Yonder? The
Start with
actual
Yonder.
song Yonder?
Yeah, it's the title of the album as well. Like, and we mix it up in that song. Gives you a little bit of what we're about in all aspects.
I agree. Yonder's a good start.
I said, take me down, down to the center of town. We'll breathe the dragon's fire.
Difference between those two releases, because Honeymoon Lagoon was like very, like that was like harkening back to like a different time. It was so chill. I just wanted to be like in a sun-soaked beach somewhere, contemplating what I'm going to do with my life. I got like almost like a Hunter S. Thompson sort of.
Hey,
I just want to be drinking.
Two Ralph Steadmans in behind us. Yeah.
I just want to like drink and be weird when I listen to that EP. But then listening to Yonder, especially like the single, it drives so much harder than everything else before.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think that might be more of just like what we're listening to at that time.
Yeah.
Like you said, a lot of the psychedelic influence came out in Yonder, whereas Honeymoon Lagoon is a lot of like, you know, doo-wop 50s, 60s kind of vibe to it, right?
Yeah.
Some of the best bass work was definitely done on Yonder. Check out That's On You for a sweet solo.
We gave Mike a solo. I'm sorry, you know.
They don't let me do solos. I did it anyways.
You know, good for you. You started as a patron, and now you're in the band, and now you're getting solos. You've made it to the top.
Yeah. Well, Mike actually had a song on Yonder as well. Colorful Roses. He wrote.
Oh, killer.
Sang on that one. He's got a few more coming out too, so stay tuned on that. Good thing about our band too is that, like, Mike and I write songs. Scott is just a drum machine, and Jack writes as well, and he's just like guitar virtuoso kind of guy. Yeah, everybody really brings like their plate to the table.
And there's no shortage of songs.
Oh, shit.
These are all originals.
These are all just the same song that Mike is named
Look
differently.
how many songs are. I'm expected to know all of these too, by the
Right.
way.
He's written like 5-10% of those, maybe.
I can't wait for like the 5 LP release that comes out next.
There's no shortage.
We're hoping, yeah.
Just in the air, just shaking, crowd calling for more.
As we wrap up, we always like to ask our special guests this question. Who are some local bands that we should be listening to right now? I know you already shouted some of them out. Feel free to shout them out again.
Bigfoot's Hands,
Bigfoot's Hand,
Crass, Mount
Crass.
Nero.
Indian Handcrafts, I'm sure everybody knows them.
Mm-hmm.
The Hysterics, they're dope.
Oh yeah.
We're gonna forget somebody and feel that.
Overcrook.
Overcrook, yeah, those guys
My
are solid.
boys.
Yeah, there's a lot of good bands. Like, it's sad that the Fox Lounge is gone now, because that was kind of like the hub.
Sophie Channel,
Sophie
and
Channel's
Courtney.
great. Anything Matt Davey
I
does.
don't want to forget anything. No.
No worries. I mean, you can always shout them out in the comments afterwards. Nobody's
Ooh.
ever given the perfect answer.
Cud Bear.
Cud Bear, yeah. Mike
Cud
likes Cud Bear.
Bear. They were so nice to me, and every time they're so nice to me.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Anti-Queens.
Anti-Queens.
they're a great band. Yeah.
The
Like, you can't go
advancing
wrong,
low
honestly.
lives.
Advancing Low Lives, yeah. How did we hear about the Advancing Low Lives?
Awesome. I just want to say thank you again so
I
much
have-
for joining us. I hope this year and next year and every year afterwards is a little bit better than 2020. I can't wait to see you play live. And as we start rolling credits, which one of your songs do you want us to play?
Ooh. Well, yeah, first of all, thank you guys for having us. You guys
Thank
are doing
you.
a great thing.
Yeah.
It's awesome. I don't know, Mike, you pick the song.
Yonder.
Or Little Weekend Getaway might be good.
Ooh, put on Little We Can Get Away.
Yeah.
Awesome. Again, thank you so much for joining us. Here's a little weekend getaway, and we'll see you all next time.
She's my little weekend gal.